So we're starting to get a little bit more information about the Killing Floor 2 Spring Update 2019, including the reveal of one new map, 2 new weapons, and some improvements they're making to Firebug. Hey guys, it's Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. Thanks a lot for taking the time to check out this video, and thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. Definitely appreciate it. Now to start with, guys, I know I haven't really been making a lot of content for Killing Floor 2 lately, simply because there really hasn't been a lot of information. I'm not really sure what their strategy is as far as, getting us hyped for the next update, but I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. I really haven't had a lot to really make videos about so far, but once they start rolling out information, I'll definitely be, making more. To start with, they did reveal a new map that is coming in the Killing Floor 2 Spring Update called Spillway. Now this is a standard survival map, so there's no objectives like Santa's Workshop, and it's actually made by a community mapper called Tripwire. Now in another blog post, they revealed 2 new weapons coming in the spring update. The first weapon is called the Helos rifle, and this is for Firebug. Now the Helos rifle shoots plasma balls, either in full auto or 3-round burst. I'm sorry, I can't say that without laughing. Now as far as damage goes, it's similar to the microwave gun, where it cooks enemies from the inside out. Now as I was reading through the different forums and Reddit, a lot of players were talking about it reminding them of the Z eradication device, Mark II, I think. Now there's evidently 2 of these devices, and in this video you're going to be able to see, both of them in use. I'm not sure which one's the eradication device and which is which here. Now the second weapon is called the Killer Watt, and this is for survivalists, which is pretty interesting. Now the Killer Watt again is microwave based, so you're going to cook them from the inside out, and it fires energy bolts at range, and if you look, it has a long range scope on it, which is pretty interesting. Now for its secondary weapon, you can overcharge it, and according to its description, you'll be able to send a beam of destruction down range. Now in addition to Spillway and the Helos rifle and the Killer Watt, Tripwire had a blog post today where they detailed some changes they're making to the Firebug Perk, specifically to Fire Panic. Now if you play Killing Floor on higher difficulties such as Hell on Earth and even Suicidal, you know that the Firebug can be a real detriment to your team because they're lighting everything on fire, and the big Zeds, the Skrakes and the Flesh Pounds, will get what they call Fire Panic, so they just run back and forth, and sometimes they'll start running around and then they'll rage and just kind of take off in another direction on the map. And if you're playing a dedicated team that has a sharpshooter and a demolitionist, it makes it really hard for them to get headshots, which is what makes it a lot easier if they're getting headshots at range. Well, if Mr. Firebug's running around just lighting everything on fire, it can be a real pain. So what they're trying to do is basically take away the accidental fire panic and allow Firebugs to panic the Skrakes and Flesh Pounds they want to panic. So basically in the post it says that they're making it harder to panic Flesh Pounds and Skrakes, and the goal again is to be able to panic Flesh Pounds and Skrakes if you want to, rather than accidentally. Now this is going to apply to direct fire, so streams like the flamethrower and the microwave gun, and it's also going to apply to burn damage over time. And I asked them on Twitter about napalm, and it also is going to affect napalm. And if you're unfamiliar with it, napalm's a skill on the Firebug that basically lights Zeds that are contacting each other on fire. So I personally never use it because of this, because you end up panicking Flesh Pounds and Skrakes with this, so I usually run Zed Explosion. So hopefully with this change, napalm will actually be viable. Now in addition to this, they're also changing how panic works a bit. Currently what happens is if you, for example, have a flesh pound that's enraged and fire panicked, the enraged mechanic takes priority over the fire panic. So that's why you get a flesh pound that's, you know, fire panicked and all of a sudden just gets enraged and just goes the other way on the map, or just starts going haywire and you just can't get a headshot on them. Well, they're actually changing that, and they're making the fire panic mechanic a priority. So I'm guessing that if you have an enraged flesh pound and you fire panic them, I'm guessing derage them, so maybe they'll just run around funny. I don't know. It should be interesting. Now, in addition to this, they also mentioned that they are making some tweaks to some Firebug weapons, and they specifically mentioned the Husk Cannon, that it will no longer damage you or kill you if you shoot enemies too close to yourself. And they went on and said that they're, you know, looking at tweaking other weapons, you know, for the Firebug. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. For me, I gotta be honest and say I'm a little nervous about this update. Right now they've only shown one map and 2 new weapons and, you know, little details about improving the Firebug. And my guess is they were testing the Helios rifle and they're like, you know, this kind of this kind of sucks with fire panic. We better, you know, improve this. And I know they've been getting feedback about that for as long as I've been playing the game, for over a year and a half now. So it's something that, you know, they obviously were going to improve. But I don't know. I'm really curious, you know, what is coming down the road here, because this, you know, we're kind of used to 2 maps, 4 or 5 new weapons, and right now it's kind of lean, you know. It's like, I don't know. But then again, when you think about it, last year we got endless mode that came out in the spring update. Maybe this year we're going to actually get the, you know, teased objective type mode that we can play on every map, or at least the standard maps. I don't know. If you're looking to stay up to date on the latest Killing Floor 2 news, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, this is Chris. Have an awesome one.
I don't talk a lot, I drop it hard.